Hello, and welcome back to part 7 of 31. I'll just get straight into this one. This isn't what you thought it would be, is it? Slowly the light began to brighten until I found myself once again in Walmart. But we were no longer in the employees' lounge, we were now again by the entrance. What do you mean, I asked, watching people as they went in and out of the front doors. I'm understanding now. The blackness swirled around me, and the demon once again formed itself into the shape of a woman. She was no longer wearing a robe and slippers, though. This time, she was dressed as a witch, wearing a long black dress with a hood over her head. Is this a better way for you to picture me? She changed again, vapor swirling until she reappeared in a solid white dress, white shoes, a white hat, and a matching purse. Does this seem right or wrong? Her laugh sent a chill down me. We can change to anything we wish. Quickly she changed again, and this time into a large man wearing a U.S. Marine tank top, camouflage pants, and black loose boots. He was holding an assault rifle and staring at me. What do you wish for me to look at? He changed again, this time into the shape of a little girl wearing a red dress and holding a balloon. Is this better? Innocent and sweet? I wasn't liking where this was going, but I didn't say anything. I guess it wouldn't have mattered if I said anything or not, though. I already figured out they could read my thoughts. Come, the little girl said, turning towards the checkout lanes. She was walking at a slower pace, taking her time. I'll explain from the beginning. From the beginning. That'd be nice, but I wasn't sure if I could trust what she was saying. Oh, you can trust me. Look at me. I'm innocent and sweet now. Before I could respond, she motioned to all the people in the line waiting to check out. Most were at the self-checkout lanes, but a few others were in the only 2 lanes open with an employee checking them out. Did you know that we know nearly everyone in this store? Their names, what their lives are like, their habits, their likes and dislikes? How? I asked. Because we have been doing this for years, hundreds of years, thousands. Pointing towards an employee at one of the registers, she said, that one there is Thomas. We remember him when he was a baby. Such a bright future at one time. But then his parents were in a car wreck. His father died and his mother was severely injured. He took a job when he was 16 years old to help make ends meet. Now he's 25 and stuck, working here and part-time down the road at the Chicken Express too. Made straight A's in high school, but never went to college. Continuing our leisurely pace, she looked towards a woman behind the service desk. That's Lacey. Been here 28 years. Has 2 kids who never call, and her husband left her a few years ago for a man. Sad story, really. Someday she hopes to make manager. The demon girl stopped and stared at a woman walking towards us who was carrying one sack and talking on her phone. What is she wearing? She knows better than that. As the woman passed by, she leaned towards her and whispered, Your butt's showing. The woman kept walking, but reached back and pulled on the back of her skirt, which really wasn't all that short. She grew up in a strict religious family. She could never wear a dress that didn't at least go down below the knees. She knows better than wear something like that in public. Turning around, we continue to walk. We know everyone here, their hopes, desires, their little secrets they think no one knows about. They are constant energy sources for us. I know it doesn't seem that important, but it is. Every little drop of energy we can get helps for bigger things later on. Bigger things? I'll explain later. For now, you simply need to understand how manipulation works and its purpose. You need to understand what we do and how we work as a team. She came to a stop and looked towards another register. Oh, this should be interesting. I followed her gaze to see 3 or 4 people standing in line. Beside one of them was a tall man who didn't look like he belonged. He was just standing there straight with his shoulders squared and his hands clasped in front of him. Every now and then he would lean forward and whisper something to a woman's ear. The little girl made her way over to him and I followed. When we reached the man, she smiled. What have we here? The man glanced at her and tilted his head to the side. Well, hello there, little sister. She grinned and spread out her arms, spinning in a circle. You like it? I'm innocent and sweet today. He laughed. Innocent and sweet. That'll be the day. He looked towards me and snarled his nose. I see you're showing your new pet around. Yeah, the big guy stuck me with him. Well, better you than me. He gave me a look of disgust and turned his attention back to the woman who was tapping her foot and constantly checking her phone. I was given a project. Oh, lucky you. What's the story? Goody two-shoes. Donates to the food banks, volunteers to the shelter. He shook his head. The animal shelter and the homeless shelter both. He leaned towards her. What is taking them so long to check out? Only 10 minutes left to get to the food bank before it closes. Smiling, he turned back to the girl demon. I'm going to get her to snap and go off on someone. Put a stop to all this niceness inside of her. I love projects like that. She glanced up at me and said, projects are when you're given one person to follow around for a few weeks. Make things stressful on them until they snap. They're a lot of fun. Sounds like it. They both stared at me for a moment before she said, well, aren't we the sarcastic one? She turned back to their demon and said, guess I better continue with my job. He nodded and she continued walking, so I followed. Once we were heading further into the store, I asked, who is this big guy? You mean like Satan or something? You really don't know nothing, do you? There is no Satan. That's a name we made up years ago. No, I'm talking about the one who's in charge of this area. We all have districts we work in. Our district goes from here all the way up to Tulsa. We collect energy to the week, and then we use it once the weekend arrives. Use it for what? Her smile turned devious. Oh, you'll see in due time. But first, we need to make sure you truly understand how things work. A man was walking towards us, heading towards the checkout lanes, and she glanced at his basket. Damn, forgot the beer. The man stopped and looked down. Damn, I forgot the beer. He turned and headed towards the grocery section. And they think those are just their own thoughts? Yep. We live on another plane entirely, existing only in imagination, dreams, and beyond the veils of reality. But at the very same time, we're very real. It works better this way. All we have to do is speak in their direction. She lifted her brow and looked at me. Would you like to try it? You can, you know. At first, I started to say no, but for some reason, I suddenly became intrigued. I can do it as well? Oh yes, you're with me now, she smiled and said. This will be our project for tomorrow. And with that, I opened my eyes and found myself back in bed. As I got up to write what I had just witnessed, I wondered if maybe, perhaps, I was her project and just didn't know it yet. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for part 8. Have a good night.